Pivotal Game 5 with a capital P. Avery Johnson is here to help us break it down. Avery, we heard you in that little montage before the series saying this is going to go 7, and it looks like that. But how can a series this evenly matched be so lopsided each game? Because pretty much every game has been a blowout.
Well, it's a combination of reasons. One, we can look to injuries. One game, Marcus Smart is out in game one, he's in game two. Jimmy Butler, he'll play the first half of a game and then he's out for the second half. Or when he plays, he doesn't look like he's 100%. Tyler Hero is in and out of the lineup, Robert Williams. So we can look at injuries, but then you can look at three-point shooting. When the Celtics shoot the ball extremely well, they tend to play better and their defense feeds off of it. And then turnovers. When the Celtics take care of the basketball, they've won those 2 games. When Jason Tatum throws the ball all around the gym like he's on a football field, throwing it to 10 different cornerbacks and safeties, then they don't play as well. So it's just a bunch of different reasons. And it leads to the inconsistency, lack of chemistry on the floor. So I'm really excited about what's going to happen tonight.
Now, you referenced the injury situation. It's been fluid each and every game. The Celtics won Game 3 without Marcus Smart. Game 4. But what kind of shape are they going to be in if he's not able to play tonight? He's questionable. So is Robert Williams, who was limited last game.
Well, both of those guys are significantly important. And we can look to Robert Williams, who, we haven't tended to give enough credit to, because in the games where he's played and played well, Bam Adebayo has been a no-show. You can even see in some of the previous series, again, when the starting center of a team is not available, like a Joel Embiid, Bam goes off. But when the starting center is available and ready to play, he's very inefficient. And we all know the defensive player of the year in Marcus Smart. They desperately need him for deflection, steals, and in game 2, he knocked down some three-point shots. But Robert Williams has been the last line of defense. It also allows, Miami in a situation has to go against a single coverage with Robert Williams, because if Bam can't score on him, then they're going to continue to play that single coverage and not double-team Bam, which will then free up some of those shooters. So if Robert Williams is questionable and Marcus Smart, that's going to have a significant impact on the Celtics defense.
And Miami has 4 players listed as questionable, including Tyler Hero, who missed Game 4. Despite what the analytics told us going into that one, you said he would be sorely missed, and he was. If he can't go again tonight, what does Miami need to do to help fill his role that they didn't get in Game 4?
Well, I just think you're going to need more Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's going to have to score at a high level. He's been very inefficient these last 3 games. After the breakout game in number 1, he was playoff Jimmy. And then the others, outside of Jimmy, guys like Victor Oladipo. I think PJ Tucker's going to have to knock down a couple of threes. But playing generates defense, because this team hasn't been as good in the half court when they're forced to play 5-on-5. When they're playing 5-on-4 in transition, 4 against 3, that's this team's strength. So again, Jimmy Butler's going to have to play well from start to finish. The others are going to have to shoot the ball extremely well, specifically guys like PJ Tucker. Bam Adebayo's got to get back, having that 28, 30-point performance, and they got to generate some easy baskets.
Historically bad performance by the Heat starters in that last game. Nobody in double figures. Victor Oladipo was their leading scorer off the bench with 23. He's also had his hand in a bunch of steals in this series. Do you stand pat if you're Eric Spoelstra going into Game 5, or make a move after those starters' struggles in Game 4?
Yeah, I think it's reasonable to make a move. That's what this time of the year is all about. I've coached in a couple of Western Conference Finals, so I know this time of the year, you have to be able to make those adjustments. And Victor Oladipo, he wanted this spotlight. That's why he wanted to get out of Houston. He didn't want to play with the Rockets, who was going to be a lottery team and rebuilding. He wanted to be on stage. This guy was the 2nd pick in the draft in 2013, and now, after being injured, he's coming into his own. He's playing extremely well. He's shooting the basketball with confidence. So I wouldn't be surprised if Eric Spoelstra made a move, or if he was somehow a very, very quick sub early in the game, because we know the first quarters of these games have been a strong indicator on who's going to win the game.
Even though the Heat are back home, the Celtics are favored on the road tonight by 2. How does it all go down tonight in South Beach?
Yeah, I just think Jimmy Butler basically reincarnates himself, and he goes back to Jimmy Butler, close to the guy that played in game one. Bam is going to have a breakout game. The crowd is going to be behind these guys. They're going to generate some more steals. I don't see Jaylen Brown having a big game tonight. Jason Tatum, he'll do what he does. But the other guys like Brown, Kevin Pritchard, those 10 or 12 points he has off the bench, they're going to have to slow him down, hold him, in single digits. So I see the Heat playing Heat defense down the backboard.
All right.
And winning this game tonight.
Heat outright in this one to take a 3-2 series lead going back to Boston. That's the call from Avery Johnson.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.